Welcome in my channel, The Parenting Revolution. I am Christophe Franck, author of several books about parenting, education, and the meaning of life. And in this second videos of a series, I decided to record for you about the parenting revolution. I will share with you 3 insights of my parenting journey, dedicating 30 years to the family life. The first insight is about childbirth. You know, childbirth goes very fast, but when you are blessed to welcome 11 children in couple intimacy and over 4 different continents and in different cultures, you can improve your experience, improve your capability to welcome the children in a favorable context. And this is what we did. In fact, we didn't add 11 childbirth the same way. We improved and uh, uh, increased our mastery of giving birth in couple intimacy at each time, leaving the arrival of our new child as a blessing of the creation, no, of life. And this is why with this large experience we were able to even record a childbirth for the 9th child. We were able to write books about childbirth, natural childbirth, and I had this will to share with other parents, with other families, how to do. And what is the insight I took from these experiences, giving birth to sleeping children, really peaceful. It's that peace at birth brings in the world a youth that have a kind of inner peace in themselves. With time, I could solve that and confirm that maybe there's a link, but I am sure that a traumatic childbirth, a traumatic birth, like it was my case when I am born, generate something negative. It may be, in my case, a kind of anxiety or fear, and I wanted something different for our children, so that we went over our fears to master this capability to give birth in peace to our children, convinced that it can bring more peace in this world. That was the first insight. Then the second one is about the next step in parenting. When the child is born, it's still in fusion with the mother, and for several months they will in fact keep being one, only one, and especially if the mother breastfeed the child, they will remain connected, and it's only after maybe 1 year or 2 that the child walk away from the mother and start to feel more confident. And in this phase of development of the child, in my own approach of education, of parenting, we entrusted nature to be the second mother of our children. After the child has been, during gestation, has been conceived and physically created and born, the child needs to be born to the planet, to be born to the living environment and to this context favorable to life that is our planet here, with the atmosphere protecting from the cosmic rays, with the context of temperature and pressure, favorable for our organism, and with all the mechanism that link us to the other uh, beings, living beings, whatever the plants or the animals, for instance, in the oxygen cycle or the water cycle. There are or the alimentation cycle. So you have different links between human beings and the rest of the creation. And I wanted, with my wife, we wanted to really uh, uh, ask nature or see nature as a support for the education of our children, so that they feel this link, they live this link between themselves and the natural environment. That was the second insight um, drawn from my 30 years experience in parenting, that there's a transition we are in charge of from the mother, the biological mother, to the um, ecological mother, to Mother Earth, to to this other mother that is also the mother of all humanity. That was the second insight. And the third one is for the growing up children who are becoming adolescent and then young adults. It's that as agronomist, I often compare with plants, that when we will plant a tree, depending on the context in which we plant this tree, it will prosper or degenerate. So that if you plant in a desert, it will die. And in a favorable soil with regular watering and protection from excess of wind or sun or cold, etc., you will have a flourishing, a blooming tree that will give fruit. So I explain for this third insight that the context matters. And I invite you to see your children or young generations, or the peoples, all the peoples, as more the reflection of the result of the context in which they evolve. So that the context matters to have a prosperous family, uh, well-being of your child. The context matters. The context includes the environment, the encounters, the experiences, all things around the person, around the individual, and the person, how who the person is becoming, is the result of this context. This is why we often say that we tend to be like the people we are most with, for instance. But it's the same globally. Speaking about parenting and parenting from birth to 28 years, I would say for this first phase of development, the context we provide to the children matters, and who they are becoming is the result of our choices. And in our movement of the parenting revolution, the proposal is to be aware of these three insights and move forward to create a thriving humanity.